time has expired. I call the member for Ipswich.
Mr Speaker, thank you. I wish to speak about Ipswich Hospice, its value to our community, and to thank the Palaszczuk Government for their continuing support of Ipswich Hospice and other palliative care services across the state. Last Saturday, I had the great pleasure of supporting the Ipswich Hospice at their Tea Party fundraiser event at Dinmore Cottage Tea House. Since Ipswich Hospice officially opened its doors 25 years ago, it's been a valuable and beloved institution in Ipswich that has provided compassionate end-of-life care for terminally ill people, as well as support families who are grieving. Ipswich Hospice provides a humane palliative care service which gets by on government funding and donations. Half of their funding comes from Queensland Health and the other half from community fundraisers like the Tea Party I attended on Saturday. Ipswich Hospice, like other not-for-profit hospices around the state, provides an affordable choice to people who wish to have end-of-life care in a home-like environment. As you know, Ipswich has the fastest relative population growth of any region in Queensland, with the number of people aged over 70 expected to double by 2026. This strong growth is putting pressure on our health and aged care services, including our palliative care services. Which is why, Mr Deputy Speaker, I was so surprised a few weeks ago when the Federal Health Minister, Greg Hunt, announced that he would be giving Gympie Hospice $750,000 in funding over 3 years, an amount that is above and beyond what's available to Ipswich Hospice. I'm sure Gympie Hospice are grateful for this windfall, and every bit of extra cash helps, but let's not kid ourselves. Gympie is in a marginal seat, and LNP is pulling all the tricks out of the bag to shore up support in marginal seats as we lead up to a federal election. Deputy Speaker, I assure you this is not a matter of sour grapes. It's a question of fairness and making sure that this funding is available to all hospices in Queensland, including in my electorate. Queensland has been fighting for its fair share of health funding from the federal government for a long time. But instead of getting our fair share, Scott Morrison's budget on Tuesday locked in $316 million in cuts to Queensland hospitals. Fortunately, the Palaszczuk Government has not forgotten our valuable health providers like Ipswich Hospice, and I was tremendously pleased to see that as a result of the Queensland Health Palliative Care Services review undertaken last year, Queensland Health has increased its funding for Ipswich Hospice, delivering $5.8 million over 4 years. This amount was based on a review of Ipswich Hospice's current services and funding and projected community demand. I'd like to thank the excellent work done by the Queensland Health Palliative Care Services Review and the Queensland Health Minister Stephen Miles in developing an informed and strategic approach for future palliative care service arrangements in Queensland. With our growing and ageing population, it's crucial that our state is able to continue providing compassionate end-of-life care to those with a terminal illness. The Palaszczuk Government will ensure that palliative care services are properly funded in Queensland so that places like Ipswich Hospice can continue to provide compassionate care and support to Queenslanders at the end of their lives.
Thanks again, Speaker. Ipswich, your time has expired. I call the member for Gympie.